Hello friends. In the previous lecture, we discussed the Huygens principle. Huygens principle states that every point of a wavefront acts as a source of new disturbance called secondary wavelets. These spherical secondary wavelets spread out in all the direction with the speed of light, and the envelope of these wavelets at an instance give the position of a new wavefront. We discussed a wavefront AB and we taken several points. These points will act as a source of new disturbance and it spread out a number of spherical secondary wavelets like this. And the envelope of these secondary wavelets after time t, it gives the position of new wavefront, say A dash, B dash. We also discussed there will be a wavefront obtained in backward direction. We call it A double dash, B double dash. Okay. On the basis of Huygens principle, today we will discuss the law of reflection as well as the law of refraction. Now let us see. First of all, we will explain the reflection applying Huygens principle. For that, let us consider a mirror XY. XY is a mirror. This mirror is just like this, perpendicular to the plane of this whiteboard. Consider a wavefront AB. Consider a wavefront AB at an instance time t equal to 0. Suppose the point A of the wavefront just reached to the mirror. Okay, so this is the point. This is MA, ray coming towards the mirror, and this one is the another ray NB coming towards the mirror. So AB be the wavefront, which is the point A of the wavefront just reached to the point A of the mirror. According to Huygens principle, which says that every point of a wavefront acts as a source of disturbance, so this point A will act as a source of new disturbance. We call it wavelets or secondary wavelets. These wavelets spread out in a spherical shape. So after time t, suppose from point A wavelets spread out, and after time t it takes the shape of a sphere. So the radius of this sphere will be Vt, because the speed or the velocity of light is taken to be v. So speed of light and time taken multiply by it, we will obtain the radius of this sphere. So radius of a sphere will be Vt after time t. At the same time, the point B of the wavefront AB reaches to a certain point C of the mirror. So since the velocity of the light be v, so this distance will also be Vt. Therefore, we obtain a new wavefront here C, and this point, suppose this is D. Okay, and the ray will be like this and like this. Suppose this point is M dash and this point is N dash. Okay. Also, suppose Q dash be the perpendicular drawn to the plane of the mirror. Similarly, here also R and R dash be the plane drawn perpendicular to the mirror, at the point of reflection. This is the point of incidence, this is the point of reflection. Here AB be the incident wavefront, AB, this is AB, it is the incident wavefront, and CD be the reflected wavefront, and XY be the plane of reflection or mirror. So observe all these three, incident wavefront, reflected wavefront, and the plane of reflection, all are perpendicular to the plane of this whiteboard. Mirror is like this, wavefront is coming like this, and reflected wavefront is like this. So all are perpendicular to the plane of whiteboard. All are perpendicular to the plane of whiteboard. Okay. Also see, MA is perpendicular to AB. Similarly, RC is perpendicular to CD, and Q dash or QA as well as this RC is perpendicular to CD. No, XY, the plane of refraction. All are perpendicular. So we can say that the incident wave front, reflected wave front, and perpendicular drawn at the point of reflection or this point are in the same plane. Okay. So this is the first law of reflection. First law says the incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal at the point of incidence will be in the same plane. So this is the first law of reflection. Now the second law of reflection, this was the first law. Now we will verify the second law of reflection. For that, see, consider the angle MAB. Angle MAB is equal to 90 degree. This angle MAB can be written MAQ, angle MAQ plus angle QAB, that will be 90 degree. Angle MAQ, this angle is the angle of incidence, so we will write it I. Okay, so instead of MAQ we can write angle I plus angle QAB is equal to 90 degree. Okay, therefore angle QAB is equal to 90 degree minus angle I. First case. Now again consider this angle QAC. Again angle QAC, this angle QAC, this is total is 90 degree, is equal to 90 degree. Now we can write this QAC in two part. First one, this one, and another one is this one. So we can write angle QAB plus angle BAC is equal to 90 degree. QAB is 90 minus I. So 90 minus angle I plus angle BAC is equal to 90 degree. 90 will be cancelled. So therefore angle BAC will be equal to angle I. Similarly, at this place, if this will be angle R means the angle of reflection. So if it is R, so in the same way we can show this angle ACD, angle ACD will be angle R. Okay. So what we did from here, we obtain this angle as I. This will be 90 minus I. In the same way here, this will be 90 minus R and this will be R. Now consider two triangles. This triangle ABC and ADC. Triangle ABC is concurrent to triangle ADC. Why? Because this AC distance is common. This one is VT, this one is VT, and this angle is 90 degree. Therefore, from RHS, it will be, both triangle will be concurrent. Hence, we can write this angle of angle BAC. Therefore, angle BAC is equal to this angle DCA, or we can write angle BAC is I and ACD is R. So angle I equal to angle R. Okay. So the second law is verified. So we applied Huygens principle. On the basis of Huygens principle, we are able to verify the law of reflection. Both the law. First law says the incident ray or the incident wave front, the reflected wave front, and the normal at the point of incident of the point of reflection are in the same plane. First law. And the second law says the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So I equal to angle R. Hence the Huygens principle is verified for law of reflection. In the same way, we can verify the law of refraction when a ray is traveling from one medium to another. Now we will see the law of refraction verified. I am omitting it. On the basis of Huygens principle, we can also explain the law of refraction when the light ray is moving from one medium to another. The same way, let us consider a plane surface X, Y separating two medium. The reflective index of this medium is suppose mu1 and the reflective index of the second medium be mu2, and the speed of light in the first medium be v1 and in the second medium the speed of light or the velocity of light be v2. Let us consider a parallel beam of light coming towards this surface. M, A and B. So AB be the wavefront. AB be the wavefront coming towards the refracting surface. Okay, this is the MA is a ray or NB is also a ray. This is a parallel beam, number of rays are coming, so AB be a incident wavefront. Okay, so at time t equal to 0, when time is t equal to 0, let us consider the point A of wavefront AB just reach to the surface of refraction. Therefore, according to Huygens principle, this point A will act as a source of new disturbance. We call it secondary wavelets, and that will be in a spherical shape and will move with the speed of light. Since there is another medium, so speed of light will reduce. So what will happen? Suppose this one is perpendicular drawn, so Q dash is a normal. Okay, so what will happen? This ray will is moving from rarer to denser medium. Let us consider. So what will happen? It will go closer to the normal. Okay, so the speed of this light is since v2, so after time t this distance will be v2t and reaches to this point. So here it will be a spherical wavelets. Okay, so we will draw a sphere at this point with radius v2, and we will talk about this point B. After time t, this point reaches somewhere here. Somewhere here it reaches. Since the speed of light be v1 and time taken to reach this point is t, so this distance will be v1t, and suppose this is a point C. So, and this point is D. When we will join this CD, CD will be a new wavefront. Okay, this will be a new wavefront. Suppose this angle is angle of incident and this angle is angle of refraction. Okay, now see, this surface is perpendicular to the plane of this whiteboard. This wavefront AB is also perpendicular to the plane of this whiteboard, and this refracted wavefront is also perpendicular to the plane of whiteboard. Here we will write AB. AB is incident wavefront. CD is refracted wavefront, and XY is plane of refraction. All three are perpendicular to the plane of whiteboard. Okay, all three are perpendicular. This surface is perpendicular, this wavefront is also perpendicular this way, and this wavefront, refracted wavefront, is also perpendicular. So we can say all three are perpendicular to the plane of this whiteboard. Also, this MA is perpendicular to AB wavefront. Okay, MA is perpendicular to the AB wavefront. AD is also perpendicular to this CD wavefront, and Q dash is perpendicular to the refracting surface. Therefore, we can say, according to this, we can say that the incident ray, refracted ray, and this is incident wavefront, refracted wavefront, and the point normal at the point of incidence, all are in the same plane. We can write, therefore incident wavefront, refracted wavefront, and the normal at the point of incident, all are in the same plane. Okay, so first law of refraction is verified. Now we will see the second law of refraction, whether it is true or not. We will verify. The second law of refraction is also known as Snell's law. So it says, for a particular color of light, the ratio of sine of angle of incident and the sine of angle of refraction is constant. Here in triangle ABC, angle ABC, see, this angle is I. So this will be, since it is 90 degree, so this will be 90 minus I. Therefore this will be, since this is 90 degree, so this will be angle I. Similarly, we can see that this angle is R. Why? See, this angle is 90 degree, so this will be 90 degree minus R, or this is 90, therefore this angle will be R. So in this first triangle, sine I equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. So this, for this triangle, BC will be perpendicular and hypotenuse will be in front of 90 degrees, so AC will be hypotenuse. So we can write V1 T by AC. Similarly, sine R, for this triangle, this sine R will be perpendicular by hypotenuse. So this is perpendicular AD by hypotenuse is AC. See, AC. So it will be V2 T by AC. Therefore ratio sine I by sine R is equal to V1 T by AC by V2 T by AC. AC will be cancelled. So V1 T by V2 T or TT cancel. It will be V1 by V2. Here V1 by V2 is a constant. And this constant is known as the refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium. So we can, therefore we can write sine I by sine R equal to mu2 with respect to mu1. So this is the Snell's law. On the basis of Huygens principle, we are capable to verify Huygens principle is true for law of refraction. Okay. Thank you.